What is up, everybody? Remember that guy Xavi Simons? He was once considered the heir to Messi in Barcelona, but got in touch with Mino Raiola and everything went in the wrong direction, in PSG. More recently, Xavi Simons made his debut for the side of Paris in the official game. He played 12 minutes in the French Cup. Xavi will soon turn 18, and his peers in Barcelona are already playing in full swing for the club. Ansu Fati, for example, has already managed to break several age records, receiving a call to the Spanish national team and even getting seriously injured. Pedri, although he didn't get through the Barça academy at the age of 18, has already become a player of starting 11. Bayern wanted to give 40 million euros for the youngster. And what about Xavi Simons? So far, he has been amassing some statistics in the PSG U19 team, counting followers on Instagram and bulking up with a personal trainer. Is his talent really overrated? We need to sort it out. In the meantime, give a like to this video and let's get going. How did the story of Xavi Simons begin? He was born in April 2003. His father is footballer Xavi Simons, although you hardly heard that name because his maximum was the Netherlands Championship. Xavi Simons invested all his ambitions in his son. He named him after his favorite football player, Xavi, and then even moved the whole family to Spain so that Simons Jr. could study at La Masia and have the DNA of Barcelona. At the age of 7, the guy was noticed and invited to the Barça academy. The dream began to come true. Very quickly, the academy began to notice the resemblance of Xavi Simons to his famous namesake. He was quite short in stature but very smart on the pitch, and also showed himself as a leader in the team and quickly got the captain's armband. The experts noted that Simons has an excellent vision of the pitch, but at the same time he can behave aggressively in the midfield. Barcelona has a second Xavi. If only he would have been accompanied by the second Iniesta, said the fans of Blaugranas. The compilations with his skills gradually began to gain a huge number of views on YouTube, and a little later the guy started Instagram, and already at the age of 14 had 500,000 subscribers, although he was only a player of the academy. The next step was signing a contract with Nike. At the age of 15, he didn't even have a salary at the club back then. But the guy became so popular on the internet that the company couldn't resist the opportunity to sign the kid. It was time to sign the first professional contract with the club, and then it happened. At the suggestion of Mino Raiola, Xavi Simons didn't agree to a very good offer from Barcelona and chose Paris Saint-Germain. This is the new Xavi. He wanted to be the new legend of Barça, but he chose Paris. Because of the big contract? Very likely. But it's not just about money. There's a bigger reason. Xavi Simons may have been afraid to repeat the fate of his predecessors at Barca's academy. Very few talents have been able to prove themselves at the main team in recent years, and most often left for other clubs of lower ranks. Well, if they decided to stay in the team, then only to warm up the bench. Xavi could hardly ignore this matter. In PSG, he would have become the first guy in the pecking order. I decided to go to PSG to start a new adventure. I believe that it will be useful for my development. Due to that, I can learn to play football even better. At Barça, more time was devoted to working with the ball, and at PSG there is also physical training, said Simons in the interview after the transfer. These words seem to confirm our guesses. How's Xavi doing at PSG now? Not really great, to put it mildly. In August 2020, the young talent made his debut in the main team in a friendly game against Sochaux, and then disappeared again in the youth team. At the same time, Ansu Fati proved himself in Barcelona. He's only 6 months older than Simons, but in 2019 he made a huge breakthrough. Fati is Barca's youngest debutant in 78 years. Already in his second match for the club, he netted his debut goal, then became the youngest goalscorer for the Barcelona in the Champions League, and the next season, he became the youngest player who managed to score in El Clásico. At the same time, Fati was not afraid of competition in the Barça academy. He didn't receive the same attention as Simons, and he had to cope with a bunch of problems in his way. At some point, Ansu could even leave the Barça academy due to the problems with citizenship and subsequent injury. But the guy didn't give up and used every opportunity to move forward. The first step towards the invitation to the main team was an excellent performance in the Youth Champions League. After that, Ansu on 100% used the chance that he was given due to injuries of the main squad players. Another example is Pedri, who recently turned 18. He hasn't been through the Barça academy but came under the aim of scouts while playing in Las Palmas. Now he has 23 games in La Liga, 2 goals and 2 assists. Isn't that great for his age? It can be seen with what dedication he represents the club. Fati and Pedri are about half a year older than Xavi Simons, but they can be called almost full-fledged main squad players. Last season, Ansu Fati fully justified the credibility, and Pedri dropped in this season. Xavi is showing his talent only in the U19 team. He provided a bombastic shape in autumn. In a month and a half, he scored 7 goals and made 8 assists. However, Thomas Tuchel wasn't really up to this. After the summertime friendly match, Simons was still stuck in the youth team, continuing to work on the physique and maturing for the main squad. On the one hand, Fati and Simons can be compared because they play in different positions, but both players had approximately the same initial qualities, except that there was more attention to Xavi from the very beginning. So maybe he shouldn't have gone to another club, but just fight for every chance to show yourself up? Perhaps we are just already tired of waiting for his fabulous performances in the starting 11, because the whole world has been following him for quite a long time. Such a close attention can prevent the guy from shining, so we wish Xavi strong nerves and self-confidence, so that he quickly shows himself at the squad and gains a foothold there. Mauricio Pochettino has already drawn attention to him, so the only thing left to do is to justify the coach's beliefs. PSG coach released Xavi in a recent cup match against Cannes, and Simons, to put it mildly, got us disappointed. This one will be 17 for another 5 years. He looked like he was about to cry during his debut. He is 17 but looks like 14-year-old on the pitch. These guys work in marketing. There are young talents better than him, but they don't have a contract with Nike. It's just pathetic. Simons overrated. He showed nothing. Take a look at Ansu Fati and Pedri, who played like real professional footballers at the same age. And these are not all reactions to Xavi's dull performance in that game. So far, there's a persistent feeling that Simons doesn't justify expectations and looks more like an overrated talent. Despite having good statistics in the PSG U19 team, he only played a few minutes in the tough season for the Parisians, when half of the team was sometimes absent due to coronavirus and injuries. This seems too suspicious. We have some doubts about Xavi. And you? Give us a like if you also start to suspect that something is wrong with Xavi Simons. In the fall, there were talks in Barcelona wanting to return Xavi Simons, but only for free. It is unlikely that Barça will succeed in that. The guy's agent is still Mino Raiola, and he loves to make transfers only for a decent amount of money. We will continue keeping track of Xavi Simons' career at PSG. Rumor has it that the Parisians wanted to offer him a new 5-year contract when the guy turns 18. Do you think Simons will be able to play for PSG team this season, or should he wait a little bit more? Write your opinion in the comments below. It was Inside Football. We watch football from a different angle. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.